goodness. All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is David and me back again. We tried to go live on other platforms, and some of these it would not work. Would not work. I say I saw the crazy thumbnail that we had up there. Yeah, crazy thumbnail, ain't it? But it's an awesome thumbnail with the background and the first little order sign. That seems pretty awesome. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. All the tornado warnings is now expired. So, like, no tornado warnings right now, but there is a tornado watch in effect until 12 a.m. midnight. So, stay weather aware, and the first weather day is in effect until 1 a.m. I will not be surprised if we extend that until 5 o'clock in the morning. Won't be surprised, but yeah. I can't stop yawning for some reason, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired. We've been off and on all day. 1 minute we start one, next minute we end it, next minute we start another one, next minute we end it, next minute we start another one, next minute we end it. It's confusing. I don't even know what to begin at.
Crazy.
Yeah. Live with David and Storm Chaser. No, we're not. Storm Chaser is no longer. Alright, so it's your only thing it should say is live with
David and Jimmy now. There you go.
So at least most part, I will probably say the tornado threat is wind down, and I can't really promise you it's going to stay that way. I'll probably say in the next 34, 36 minutes that they issue 25 tornado warnings again, like they did earlier. But you know how that goes. That is really active earlier. It was really, really active. We had 2 tornadoes that was confirmed on the ground. I think it was how many tornado warnings we have today? I mean, it's so confusing.
I think we had over 50, if I am correct. I think it was over 50.
50 tornadoes. I have really, really doubts that we will see more than 50 tonight. Remember, there's still a tornado watch in effect until midnight, and also 2 severe thunderstorm watches is in effect. The First Alert Weather Center on Facebook is only got 6 members. We almost 10. That is very good news on that. Ooh, I can't stop yawning.
I'm getting a headache.
I'm getting a headache because I had not slept in 2 days.
Oh yeah, I haven't slept much. Well, this morning or last night. Oh, I say we should have the radar on for the rest of the night, and we go, I guess.
Yeah.
On. Oh god. And then my eyes are watery now.
Yeah, my eyes are too. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the radar on because we are too tired to do anything right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm yawning too much. I got to get me some coffee. So
caffeine ain't working for me.
If there is a tornado warning, of course, one of us will come back. Is that me or David? Can't tell right now, but it will be one or the other. Or probably both of us will probably come back if there's a tornado warning. But right now, look at all the tornado warnings expired. I don't know how long that will last. That probably only lasts 2 seconds, and we will see another one coming back here in the next 34, 36 hours. A pretty good little hook on this one, so I won't be surprised if we're back in the next 34, 36 minutes. So we'll try to go to programming, and I got to pull it up before I can even pull it up. So come on, guys. I have not even pulled it up. I'm so tired right now, I can't even talk right.
I have a headache. Ugh.
Oh, Lord. Oh. That's a big one.
Oh, making me tired.
Of the world. Wow, that's a huge storm. Look at that. The radar is eating up half the day.
no DNA, no technology.
Got a job to do, get your hands dirty. It's me against the killer. It's a competition. Who's going to win? We'll see who laughs last.
California.
Every other day, they were finding a body, and the killing somehow got even worse.
What came next was unlike anything they had ever seen.
There was a human head in there.
That's when people really started saying, hey, you know what? Now we're not safe.
You have this clock. This person that you're hunting is going to do this again if you can't catch them.
Nobody deserves to die like that.
We should try not to remember the killers, but to remember their victims.
You know, someday I thought this would be over, but it never will be.
California soul.
2 months after Wendy Davidson is sentenced to 25 years for murdering her husband, she's in her jail cell and picks up her pen. She's writing a last-ditch effort letter to her trial judge, pleading that he not send her to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the TDC. And then another Wendy Davidson stunner.
In the letter Wendy writes to the judge, she says she's pregnant.
Even if that were true, it would be so easy to verify whether she was pregnant or not.
And Wendy now says that although she thought she was pregnant at the time, she was mistaken.
It wasn't true, and it didn't stop anything. She is a person who runs from responsibility.
When Wendy killed Michael, she hurt this community. She took a part of this community. And Lee, Maine's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
There's a lot of collateral damage left in the wake of all of this, and we can't lose sight of the two other lives shattered. Those two boys, Tristan, now 20, and Shane, now 17. Do you have any contact with Shane?
I do. We have joint custody. The Davidsons have primary care, and I get visitation on all the holidays and spring break, and I get him in the summer.
Mike was definitely robbed of a lifetime of getting to know his fantastic son. And it's hurtful. It's painful. Because you'd love anything. I would give nothing more than to watch Mike be able to give his boy a hug.
I didn't just lose my brother. Dad didn't just lose his son. Shane didn't just lose his father. The world, the country, lost a soldier, lost one of the most decent human beings ever. For what? I don't know.
Even among all the endless futilities of homicides, this one's one of the most, if not the most futile that I've ever seen.
The Davidsons declined an interview request for this program. Wendy says she last spoke to her parents in 2009, more than 12 and a half years ago. She says she hasn't seen her sons since they were 2 and 5 years old.
Are you hoping to be able to see them again one day too?
Yes. I would hope so. Yes.
At the start of our interview, Wendy told us she wanted to tell her side of the story. And now, having served 15 of her 25-year sentence, she still seems disappointed that she never got her day in court. And she still refuses to confess to Michael's murder.
Would you say that in all of this story, Wendy Mae Davidson is a victim?
No. I think my husband was a victim. I think my children were victims. I think Mike's family are victims. I did what I did. I think it was horrible. I think that I made a bad choice. There were better choices to be made, but I still didn't kill him. What I did was horrible. There's no excuse. I mean, I might have had crazy reasons in my head, but there's no excuse.
Whatever Wendy might say she did or didn't do, the authorities have absolutely no doubts about the facts of this case.
I can speak to the fact that 100% certainty that we found no evidence that anybody else but Wendy Davidson was responsible for Michael's murder.
What strikes me after leaving the Gatesville Correctional Facility and then meeting Les is how raw the pain still is for Les Severance.
Wendy was kind of happy because she didn't get life. She got 25 years. She'll be out in a little while, walking the streets. Michael's not out. He got life. He's gone. She took his life. That's forever.
And we should note tonight that Wendy Mae Davidson will next be eligible for parole in 2024. Failing that, her prison sentence will end in 2031.
But whenever she is released, who knows what kind of job she may get. Her vet license has been revoked, but we've been told she has every intention of reapplying for it. That's our program for tonight. I'm Amy Robach.
And I'm David Muir. From all of us here at ABC News in 2020, good night.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any place else. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast, now streaming on ABC News Live.
Elizabeth Holmes found guilty on 4 counts of fraud, facing the possibility of decades in prison. Now we take you inside the courtroom and behind the scenes. The Dropout, Elizabeth Holmes on Trial. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
National parks are incredibly safe places, but crime will happen.
Hey, my wife had fallen. She's in really critical condition.
At that time, I thought it was just a tragic accident. There's still a lot of questions we need to ask.
There were small things that didn't totally add up.
This is 2 lives for Harold that have died now. I was shocked. Something's not right.
Admit it. These days, what you need to know
seems to change just about every day.
What is it that you really want to know, need to know?
To help you not just get through your day,
But to make the most of it. Feel smarter.
feel better.
Feel happier.
Well, how about a 3rd hour of Good Morning America?
GMA 3, what you need to know. Now streaming on ABC News Live. It's all about you.
America's #1 news, ABC News. Most watched, most trusted, and streaming live to you anytime, anywhere, and free. This is ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news, free to you 24/7. Watch America's #1 news whenever you want it, wherever you are, anytime. ABC News Live, streaming live and free on all platforms.
Tonight, several breaking developments in the war in Ukraine. Talk of a crucial meeting between top U.S. officials and Ukraine's president as Russia intensifies attacks on multiple cities. President Zelensky says he'll meet Sunday with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken. His defiant news conference in a Kyiv suburb.
Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here for tonight.
On Odessa. Video
I'll talk to you guys again later. Stay safe out
of an
there.
attack that killed at least
And
8, including a 3-month-old baby.
yeah, the stream is muted just for this minute here, but I'll talk to you guys again later. Stay safe and have a great night. If any other tornado warnings happen, I will not be able to help, but there's that, I guess. Alright, guys, have a great night. See y'all in another stream. In the meantime, we'll have your live news and probably go to your live radar. Good night.
Fires tearing through several states. The all-out assault against the flames with dozens of homes reduced to ashes. Plus the dangerous weather system, severe storms and possible tornadoes from Oklahoma to Minnesota, and up to 2 feet of snow in the northern plains. Rob Marciano timing it all out. Chilling new details in the D.C. shooting spree that left 4 people injured, more than 100 shots fired, and what police are saying about the gunman's sniper-like setup. New evidence in the January 6th investigation pointing directly to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Was he warned about potential violence? And America strong as we mark Earth Day weekend, the young students determined to help save the planet.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight.
Good evening. It's great to have you with us on this busy Saturday. I'm Whit Johnson. As we come on the air tonight, major news from Ukraine's President Zelensky saying Secretary of State Blinken and Defense Secretary Austin will visit Kyiv tomorrow. Zelensky, ever defiant against the relentless Russian attacks, holding a rare press conference on a subway platform in the capital city, where he made the announcement about Blinken and Austin. The state and defense departments declining to comment. They would be the most senior U.S. officials to visit since the war began. Today, the strategic port city of Odessa coming under missile attack. These images circulating on social media. A 3-month-old baby among the dead. This after a Russian military commander suggested Moscow wants to seize full control of the south and east of the country. Those attacks as the fate of Ukrainian fighters and civilians holed up in that steel plant in Mariupol is unclear tonight after renewed shelling by Kremlin forces. About 1,000 civilians thought to be sheltering underground at that plant. These images believed to be taken this week, released by members of a far-right battalion, which is now part of the Ukrainian army. ABC's Marcus Moore, who was in that press conference with Zelensky, leading us off from Kyiv tonight.
Tonight, in the face of new and deadly Russian missile strikes in southern Ukraine, a defiant President Vladimir Zelensky holding a rare and highly orchestrated press conference on a subway platform in the capital of Kyiv.
In reference to the military aid that you're getting from the United States, are you pleased with the equipment that you are getting, not only for the short term, but for the long term if this conflict drags on?
We are very grateful to the bipartisan support which we are receiving.
Then making a surprise announcement.
I shall have the meeting with the State Secretary, Mr. Blinken, and the Defense Secretary, who are coming to us.
Zelensky saying he will meet in person with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken tomorrow in Kyiv. The State Department declined to comment, but Austin and Blinken would be the highest-ranking U.S. officials to meet with Zelensky in the war zone since Russia invaded. Zelensky also discussing the threats against his life.
I don't have the right to be afraid. I don't have the right to be afraid because our people showed that they're not afraid of anything.
Nearly 2 months into the conflict, Zelensky says he is still willing to meet with Vladimir Putin.
There is the diplomatic way and there is the military way. So any healthy and sane person always chooses diplomatic way because he or she knows that even if it's hard, it may stop the losses.
It comes as Russia unleashed new attacks on the port city of Odessa. Videos circulating online showing smoke billowing into the air. Ukraine claiming Russia fired 6 cruise missiles, striking residential and military buildings. At least 8 people killed, including a 3-month-old baby. 18 people were wounded. Firefighters rushing to this destroyed apartment building, helping survivors. As Russian forces attacked this besieged steel plant in Mariupol today, attempting to storm the fortress and crush the last legion of resistance, according to Ukraine, despite Russian assurances it would not.
Oh, by the way, we have an intense hook in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City, or actually north.
What are you doing?
Washington, D.C.
35 at the same time, moving east at about 20. The easterly movement is about 20 miles. Not super fast east. Have you seen there anything? See this.
Watching News 9 right now.
It should be. What about this? What's this look like in velocity data?
That we're selling.
News 9 shows pretty interesting stuff there. Oh, that's crazy. And still more thunder at my house. Alrighty, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed for the rest of the night. Or leave.
No, please don't.
Well, am I still needed?
Can you at least stay?
Or how long?
At least until, I mean, do you want to stay live on it all night, or?
Well, it's always best to show the radar live, but then you mean I know. I think there's a few other people that are live on the radar.
Myself, and I don't want to leave this running, so I think it might be safe for us to end it for tonight, and we'll come back on tomorrow.
Alrighty, we'll do that then.
All right, so you can do the honors of saying goodbye.
Yep. Alrighty, guys, have a great night. Stay safe out there. If a tornado warning happens, Jimmy, what will we do?